Okay, you guys, yes. I am a mother of 7 kids. 7 kids. I had my first child at 14 years old. Yes, I had my first child at 14 years old. I do not regret it. He is well, healthy, and he's 19 right now. God, praise God. Yes, you guys, I have 7 kids, 7 different baby daddies. Yeah, 7 different baby daddies. I heard it. You heard it right here. 7 different baby daddies, 7 kids. Had my first child at age 14. Yes, and I do receive 3K, 3,000 in EBT food stamps. Yes, yes. We are so happy. We are so blessed. We are very thankful. Yes, we are happy where we're at in life right now. We are happy. Yes, we are happy. Yes. Like I said, it's gonna be haters, people gonna be jealous and all that. Y'all can keep y'all little comments, but at the end of the day, my kids are taken care of. That all that matters, okay? That's it. That's all that matters. We ain't worried about.
See, sadly, that's the issue right there. Because although she's happy right now, her and her kids are happy right now, life is prone to shift. And when life shifts, a lot of times your sustainability is going to be predicated on how you're able to maneuver within those shifts. So we all have moments in life when times is good, and seasons in life when times is good. But if we have seasons in life when times is good, that means that the opposite has to also be true. And funny enough, we saw that in November. In November, when just keep in mind that's not even a season. That's just 1 month. And 1 month had people panicking, and it had people running like their heads was cut off. And basically then trying to go to everybody else saying, how are we going to eat? Who's going to feed me? Who's going to feed me? So I don't wish for this for her, but sadly, if she has 7 kids, and keep in mind, 7 kids, 7 babies' fathers, and it seems like she's a single mom. So put this into perspective. You had 7 kids with 7 different men, but yet you're still single somehow. So ultimately, you have to carry this, which I'm going to be honest. If she's getting 3K in food stamps and then getting child support from 7 different men, I wouldn't be surprised if she's making over 10K a month. And that's why she's talking like this. But the point I was trying to make is that in most cases, when you see somebody choosing to be single with 7 kids, all you have to do is set your clock, and life is gonna life, and you have to be able to maneuver the peaks and valleys, and that is a very difficult thing to do with 7 kids. So why is she so confident and has so much vibrato? I don't know, but things are good now. Let's hope things stay good. But going off history, that's typically not how life works. And see, she has a lot of overhead because the logistics of that is wild. And I always say, with overhead, anytime you have something over your head, it can always have the potential to come down and crush you. So, like I said, I don't wish for that. But at some point, we have to stop taking on all these things that we ultimately cannot handle on our own. Because if you're counting on the laws or your, child support or whatever the case, well, then you have a lot of different variables predicated on external factors outside of yourself. And that's never a wise thing to do.
Went and got my nails done earlier because I work and I can pay for those, right? The whole topic of conversation in there was how in the state of Tennessee, the governor has declared that there'll be no food stamps or WIC for the month of November. And there was a lot of hooping and hollering and complaining in there that they don't know how they're going to feed their babies or get their babies milk but was in there getting their nails done, their lashes done.
Didn't I just bring that up? Things is good until things is not good. And then the sentiment changes real fast.
Getting designs put on it, and this, that, and the other. And it took, I raised 2 children by myself. I did get WIC, and I did get food stamps until they were 6 months old, both of them. I'm very, very grateful for it. I still praise Jesus for it. I believe it is designed to help you when you have no other choice until you can get a job and support yourself, okay? Do not act like I'm saying that food stamps and WIC is wrong. But at the same time, I was not going to get my nails done and my lashes done and special designs on it, and then sitting there acting like it was my state's obligation to get my kids milk. How about not get your nails done if you're worried about your children not having milk in the month of November? If this no food stamp situation.
Exactly. And let's touch on the fraud for a second. Because it sounds like she was somebody who actually used the program in good faith, right? She genuinely had a situation come up. And I think that it can work for situations like that. And that is nice to have. You know, me personally, I don't like safety blankets for myself. I would just rather up my intensity based off of the challenge that is in front of me. But what I've seen with experience is not everybody is built like that. So cool. But the fraud. See, the thing that I don't like about this, right? And when it became so accessible to where, because keep in mind, it recently became accessible to where everyday people could just apply for it and get it. And if we're honest, some could argue that that was a ploy and a strategy to be able to secure votes. Because, and I believe this happened during the Joe Biden administration, but if you have people depending on you basically to feed them, then they have to be loyal to you ultimately for their own survival at the end of the day. But let's push that to the side because of fraud. What I don't like is we'll bring up sometimes a person will have their nails done or their hair done or have a nice car in a video while they're complaining that they don't know what they're going to do if they don't get their benefits. And then we'll comment on it sometimes and we'll bring it to light. And then what happens? Because I do read the comments. But what will happen is somebody will come in the comment section and they'll talk about, oh, you can get your lashes for $2 at the beauty supply. Oh, you can get the little clip-on nails at Walmart for $5. And see, this is the disingenuousness that I don't appreciate. Because sure, you can do that, right? Just like a lot of these people getting these benefits, they could get canned food and freaking have a bomb shelter stashed amount of food to where they could never be disrupted no matter how long their benefits might lapse. But that's not what people do because people just want what they want. So although that could be the case in minuscule circumstances, that's not typically the case. Just as that lady outlined, she was seeing people in there. And see, I can't argue it because I don't go to the nail salon, so I don't see it. But it's pretty obvious, right? But we distract from the main talking point and the main issue when we bring up these outlier situations. And ultimately what I'm saying is when you do that, you're giving people plausible deniability, right? It's no different. Have you ever seen some of the court cases? People come to court, maybe they're on probation, and the judge tells them, hey, you need to do this, you need to go to these classes, take these online modules, etc., etc. And then they come back to court a few months later, and then the judge finds out they didn't do anything. And then, oh, I'm sorry. I'll do it next time if you just give me one more chance. Please don't send me back to jail. Come back a few months later. They didn't do anything, not one thing. And now they done failed a drug test. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. All these excuses, all this plausible deniability. And No, you just don't give a F. You're intentionally defrauding, and you're intentionally doing things that's not in your best interest. And then you just think that you'll be able to get a pass when it's all said and done. And I don't agree with that. But I digress. Let's watch one more.
It's not teaching women nothing else. It's teaching you to get up off your ass and go work and go figure it out for you and them babies, because them babies do not deserve to live a hard life, and neither do you. Everybody has gotten too daggone lazy. You got some kind of creative space. Work anywhere. I got on buses. I worked jobs I didn't want to work jobs at to feed my children and make sure they had a decent life. And I kept evolving. It's no excuses out here. Nobody is going to save you, not the government, not Kamala, not Trump, not state officials. Nobody but yourself. You got to save yourself, period. And save them babies. Get to it.
I think we can end it right on that period, because point blank period, you have to save yourself. And like she also said, the babies don't have a dog in a fight. See, a lot of times we focus on the existing circumstance when they come on here, like the first lady who has 7 kids, right, by 7 different men. But what we don't think about, how this affects the existing children. Imagine you're one of the existing children already. Let's just say you're the second child, and you and your sibling and your mama are already struggling. And then, you're trying to do the best you can. Maybe you're being a good kid and you're trying to, cheer your mom up. But then she's having another one with some random man that you really don't trust. And then it's like, you're not only are you already struggling, and did you already do something impulsively without having the infrastructure to be able to handle it, but then you're only making the logistics even worse. Even worse. Now everything is only having to be stretched out even further, which is taken away from the ones that you should already be taken care of. And, there's a preventative aspect to this. Preventative aspect, and we'll end it here. The preventative aspect is just like preventative maintenance. Sure, when something comes up and if an engine blows out, you have to get it fixed right then and there. But the preventative aspect is doing things ahead of time to make sure that things that could come down the road later and hurt you, basically you're mitigating against it. And the best way to mitigate against it, if you already have kids you can't take care of, to prevent, is to make sure that you don't have any more and that you just start trying to build where you are. But like I said, we'll end on that one. Y'all like the video. Also subscribe if you want to join the Limitless Legion. And feel free to join the Patreon as well, where I post self-improvement content. It's in the description. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video.